new stuff from
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, not stage, John, please. Good evening, the masses. How are we? We all alright tonight? Is that loud enough? Can you hear me okay at the back?
Yep.
I know it's a massive room with so many ears to fill, you know. I don't want to be too overwhelming for the people in the front. So how are we? Are we all having fun? Have we all been to a comedy night before?
Yes.
Yes? Excellent. So basically, don't be a knob. Try not to shout out, don't heckle. If you really want to heckle, you can heckle me. Anybody want to heckle me?
None.
Thank you. Precise, correct. Can't fault it. What can I say? I mean, in all fairness, my wife's nickname for me is Cunty Cock. That is genuine. That's genuine. That is, you know, I'm the biggest cunt I know. I'm also one of the nicest cunts I know. So hey, that's the way it goes, isn't it? But yeah, so this is obviously a proper job comedy night. So if you can give me a follow on socials, it would be very much appreciated. I'm going to do a little bit of MCing. I'm going to have 3 acts on, and then we'll be stopping for a break so you can get drinks.
Hooray.
Drinks!
Hooray.
Thank you, come on! Get into it, people! We're here for a bit of a laugh, at least try to look like you're having fun. I'm filming this, I want you all to laugh at me if no one else. But yeah, it's a new material night, so what you're going to see might be absolutely crock of shit. But we'll try and hopefully see some good bits in it as well. Some people might be doing news, someone might be doing their set and whatever else, but we've got 6 good acts booked for you. So we're having 3, then we're having another 3. Okay? So, let's start talking to people. Hello, this table. I know this table. I spoke to you all before, haven't I?
Yes.
Oh, I spoke to nearly everybody in here because I haven't been here before. Right, table there. The 3 people there. Whereabouts are you all from? You're from St Austell, aren't you? You said you're from St Austell. And what's your name, sir?
Jez.
Jez. I thought you said Jizz for a minute. I was like, Jesus Christ, Jizz. Someone get him a wet floor sign over there. So you lived in St Austell long, Jez?
About a year.
About a year. Where did you move down from?
Lost with you before that Penpole.
Well, so are you Cornish?
Not Cornish, but I've been here this side about 9 years.
About 9 years, and where were you before you were in Cornwall?
London.
London! Usual question, how many houses have you got?
1.
Just the one? What, in every village, or just the one in general? If there's only one in front of London, it must be a fucking massive house. That's all I can say, probably like 18 bedrooms. A massive residential estate. Do you sleep mainly in the west wing, or do you get over to the south wing every now and again?
No.
So what do you do for work?
I look after a wellbeing sanctuary.
A wellbeing sanctuary, just well, it's not jizz, isn't it? You know? Look after a wellbeing sanctuary. Fantastic, give them a round of applause, everyone. Say hello to Cheers, come. Cheers, Chris. And is this your other half?
It's not, though.
No, who's this? Who are you?
Sangeetha.
Sagitha.
Yeah.
And where are you from?
Where am I from?
Now, where are you living in Cornwall now? I'm not. Don't worry. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to go out and paint a roundabout or anything. You're perfectly okay. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I've got no Union Jacks hanging on my vehicle or anything. Honestly, I was actually going to come on here tonight with a tin of red paint and a paintbrush in my hand and say, been busy painting roundabouts, but I'm not a massive cunt. You know, so it's so have you lived in Cornwall long?
I've kind of bits and pieces. Bits and pieces, yeah.
Bits and pieces. And where were you from originally?
Originally?
Yeah, were you in London?
I was born in London.
In London?
Yeah.
How many houses have you got? What part of London?
Well, I was brought up in a really shitty place called Hounslow.
Hounslow?
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad, but it's not so bad. I used to live in Essex, so I know London quite well.
Yeah.
You know,
How many houses have you got?
Mate, I haven't got fuck all. I haven't got a pot to piss in, I haven't got a penny. I've not got any savings, but I've got some fucking good stories. But they're really hard to remember. I'll tell you one of my stories, actually. Would you like to hear a story?
Yeah.
Here's a story about me, because as I'm growing up, I'd like to think, you start to reflect on your life and you look back, and it's funny when you're younger. You think you know it all and you're really clever. But looking back on my life, I've realised I was a bit of a fucking bellend. You look at some of the things you've done. For example, My first car when I passed my driving test was a classic 1972 Volkswagen camper van. It was a very nice vehicle to have. However, there were pros and cons to it. One of the pros is, the night I passed the driving test, we had 22 of us in it, out for a smoke. But one of the cons to it is your top speed is 63 miles an hour, downhill, wind assisted. So I got a little bit bored of my classic VW camper van, so not being the sharpest tool in the box, I swapped it for an old knackered Ford Sierra. And not only was it an old knackered Ford Sierra, it was two-tone. Red along the bottom, beige along the top. Now some people had their cars that they might call fanny wagons, fanny magnets. Mine was, if anything, a vaginal repellent. Honestly, it was fucking horrible. It was horrific. One such day I was with my friends and as I mentioned, I used to have a smoke. I used to smoke a shitload of weed when I was solid of weed when I was a teenager. And one day I picked up half ounce of weed because, like all good teenagers, we like to sell a bit on the side to make it out a little bit cheaper. So that's what I've got 4/8 of weed in my car and I'm driving down with two of my friends down the A12 in Essex. And all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, literally both rear quarter panel windows just fucking flew out. Honestly, it was like the worst Bond car ever. You know, it's like, fuck, we were laughing because we were stoned, you know, we pulled, you know, it's funny. Honestly, at one stage this car, the windscreen wipers stopped working, I genuinely had a piece of string tied to each one, and I'd pull them like that. As I was driving down, well, genuinely, that's a true story. But back to this story, so I pulled off the A12, we're laughing, we're stoned, I'm with two of my friends, and we pull off the A12, the laughter soon turned until there was a police car sat there. Ooh. Ooh. Build up the Jeopardy, people, come on. There was a police car there, we're like, fuck. So of course it's in, ooh. Just as getting excited, went also. So I pulled off there, the police car saw us, obviously no quarter panel windows, they decided we must have stolen the vehicle. So they pull up behind us. Lights on, sirens on. I turned to them, I'm like, fuck, where am I going to put the weed? My friend said, don't worry John, stick it down your pants. So I said, yes. So I shoved it down my pants and I pulled over. The police guys pulled over and there's two police officers in there, a male and a female, and they got out and they got to my window. They said, would you mind turning off the engine and exiting the vehicle, sir? Yes, officer, no problem. So I turned the vehicle, opened the door, stepped out, and as I stood up, I realised I was wearing extremely baggy boxer shorts and boot-cut jeans. It was the 90s. So as I stood up, I felt a bag of weed slide down the inside of my leg and onto the floor in the footwell of the car. Oh, fucking hell! Now I'm like this, and I know, you know what's happening. I stepped out, another bag. Next step, third bag, fourth step, and the fourth bag slid down the inside of my leg and fell on the floor. I'm like, fucking hell. So now I'm sat in the police car, he's taking my details. This is in the days before they typed on a computer, yes, you're fine. You know, we used to have to get a thing called a 7-day wonder. Yeah. Don't know if anyone remembers this?
Yeah.
Where you get 7 days to go and hand in your documents at a police station to prove that if it is your car, you're insured and you've got a tax. So I'm sat there with the policeman, and I can see 3 bags of weed down the side of my car. And I know the other one's in the footwell. I'm like, fuck. Honestly, I was sweating like a Weight Watcher in a sweet shop. I was there, I must be bright red, I must be beetroot faced, and I could see, I'm trying to get, and the female officer's checking the tyres on my car. I'm sat in the car and I'm trying to get my friend's attention behind the car by the power of my eyes. I'm like that. Some kind of telepathy must have kicked in, because for some reason he knew what I was talking about, and the hero that he is, he grabbed the one in the footwell and he ran round to near the boot and he's grabbed that one, he's hit him, but he couldn't get to the other two, because at that moment the WPC was checking the tyres on this side near the weed. So she walks along, she's kicked a bag, she hasn't seen it. She checked my tyre, it was fine. She turned around, she walked back, she's grazed past the other bag. She checked my tyre and it was fine, she hasn't seen it. Am I going to get away with it? No. Because then she found them and she's picked them up and she's come over to the car and I'm like, fuck. She came over to the car and she said, Excuse me, sir. Would you care to explain what these are? What are they? I've never seen such a substance in my life. Is it perchance mixed herbs? So I got arrested. They couldn't prove it was mine, so I got away with it. Hey! Right then, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for our first act of the night? He's a cracking director. He's come all the way from Exeter, so he's a nice lad, but he don't know how the fuck to build a cream tea properly. So start clapping, please. Everyone start cheering. Everyone start cheering. You welcome to the stage, Dan Close.
Good evening, Loom Room.